Hi, it's Jet from the Chinese Tech Away, and this is Living With, where we talk about techie items, living with them, and what's it like after living with them for a year. Today, I'm going to be discussing about my Surface headphones. Released in October 2018, these were Microsoft's first attempt in making active noise cancellation headphones. These would compete with the Bose, the Beats, and the Sony headphones that were in the market at the time. I got mine in January 2019 at the Microsoft flagship store in New York, which I have to say I absolutely loved. It was a complete tour of the entire building. I got to play with all the Microsoft products. I even went into quite a few of their different experience rooms, but I digress. So let's talk about what these headphones are like. Microsoft spent a lot of resources on the design of these headphones, and you could really tell the dials, especially the way they designed them, is that they were so smooth that it feels like that there's kind of a semi-haptic feedback on it. So whenever you wanted to, change the active noise cancellation levels, you just dial them with one hand and dial it back, and then the other side it would be the volume as well. So there's no way I can explain how smooth they are. It's only if you try it yourself. One of the big draws for me for this product is the Bluetooth features. It was able to connect to 10 different devices simultaneously, which to me was incredibly useful, especially when I'm in the office. I got my headphones on, I'm listening to some audios for work, and at the same time I can receive a phone call at the same time and have a conversation just like that really easily. And when it's indoors, it works like a dream. The great range. It didn't connect in and out too much, which was great. And the actual sound quality was really, really crisp and clear. There are, though, some caveats to this product. Outdoors, it wasn't as functional as I thought it would be. It's not as comfortable walking around with them as I thought, especially after a few hours. After about 6 months, you do start to see some degradation around where the foam areas are. That's when you really see the cracks in quality of the Surface headphones. After approximately, I think, 6 months, the glue on the rubber on the top for the cushioning started to degrade, which basically means that I couldn't. I was really uncomfortable wearing it outdoors, especially if there was a chance to rain, because the rubber would bend out, showing the foam insides, and once you get that wet, it becomes very, very smelly, which I found out. The adjustments aren't as sturdy, especially when you're walking around. It kind of loosens up and kind of falls forward or back, which gets very, very annoying. It's come to the point where you just shake a little bit and the actual arm just drops, which if you're walking around is really, really annoying. The battery life, which is 15 hours, is okay. It's one of those headphones where it's just about long enough when you're basically indoors and using them, but when you're doing long haul travel, for instance, I live in Hong Kong, but my home's in the UK, and one flight there just isn't enough. It's probably maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 hours. Yeah, I think 3 might be too much, but 2 hours too short, especially when you're, for instance, traveling from Hong Kong. You have them on, you go all the way to the airport, you check in, you've got the flight as well, then you're coming back. It's just not long enough. But I can say this, that they are relatively comfortable when you're on a plane. The noise cancellation is good enough. It's not the best, but it's good enough for you to have some peace and quiet, especially with a plane with a baby in it, which I have had a few of them. The Surface headphones do come with Cortana, which is Microsoft Digital Assistant. It's really novel. They basically try to play on nostalgia for Xbox players. They got in Halo.
You know me. When I make a promise,
You keep it.
Character actress that played Cortana to voice the actual digital assistant. So whenever you tried to say, "Oh, hey Cortana," she'd reply, she'd answer you just like Siri would. It was really novel for the first few months, but I hardly used it. Same as most digital assistants. It's not at the level that it should be at the moment, at the time. And I never really used it too much. All in all, not a bad first attempt, Microsoft. 15 hours of battery life is okay, but I know for a fact that the Surface Headphones 2 is now 20 hours, so that's a major improvement, and the sound quality is much better. I just hope that they really fix some of their kind of quality build issues, which it includes basically, as I said before, a lot of things are glued on and it comes off. Hopefully they'll use a better adhesive, or they might mechanically just stick it on to keep things a bit more sturdy. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, like and subscribe in the button below. Bye guys!